But Dwight, and your first day of retirement, looks like you may need the umbrella. Laurie.
All right, thank you, Trent. It has been an emotional day for all of us here at Local 10 as we celebrate Dwight's last day. We tried to keep him laughing at this station party this afternoon. We took a trip down memory lane looking back at Dwight's life and his 32 years at Local 10. It has been a day full of surprises, including a special phone call during our 6 o'clock news.
Hello, Dwight. It's me, Gloria Estefan. And I just wanted to tell you that you are the only other man in my life for 32 years, Dwight. I'm going to miss you like crazy. We all are.
Great of her to call. And then earlier in the day, some familiar Local 10 faces from the past and present were at this special lunch we called Salute to Dwight at Michael's Genuine in Miami. We all enjoyed some wonderful toasts to our friend here. And it was just a fantastic day.
We had an incredible time, starting with the lunch and then here in the studio and a chance to say goodbye to my colleagues individually and collectively. It has been a wonderful, wonderful ride.
Good. It's been phenomenal. And I've been documenting all along the way. I'm the official photographer these days, so I'm going to get you a nice book in a couple of weeks with all of this documented for you.
I look forward to that.
It's always hard to say goodbye to a really close friend and a trusted colleague, and it is certainly difficult for all of us tonight as we near the conclusion of Dwight's final newscast on Local 10. But before Dwight shares with you his parting thoughts, join us now as we take a look back at Dwight's 30-plus years in South Florida television news.
He remains jailed under a $250,000 bond on state charges concerning his Bahamian parents.
Dwight Lauderdale hit the streets of Miami in 1974.
County officials plan to evaluate the grand jury's recommendation.
Quickly made a name for himself covering the crime beat.
We were very enterprising.
The county courthouse. Dwight Lauderdale, Newswatch 10.
Especially on your beat. It was your job to go out and find out what's going on that beat. I would check in with police departments before I come to work.
Within 2 years of his arrival, Dwight was anchoring weekend newscasts at Local 10. But that was just the beginning.
Over the years, you know, he made a commitment that somehow, some way, he was going to take the hill in Miami.
With Ann Bishop, Dwight Lauderdale.
And become an on-air anchor. And he stayed committed to that career path and that career course. And it took a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance, and a lot of energy on his part, you know, to get to the top of the mountain in his case.
Sun Sentinel media critic Tom Jica says Dwight's dedication to South Florida struck a chord with viewers.
People saw Dwight and saw someone who lives in the same community they do and is happy to live in the community they do, isn't looking for his next job up the career ladder. He was one of us, and I think that matters for a lot. I think people perceive that, and I think they welcome it into their homes.
The late Ann Bishop echoed that sentiment before her death in 1997.
And you talk about gentlemen, and you talk about thoughtful, kind, careful people. Dwight's not only a great talent, he's just a heck of a guy.
Oh, darling, where does it keep you?
Talk to any boss he's had. They can probably count the sick days on both hands in his whole career. He's just very, very dependable.
You better believe it. The first thing that happens, Ann, is...
Whether from the anchor desk or from the field, Dwight's focus has always been on the viewer and not on himself.
I didn't walk into the room looking for anyone's approval. I walked in the room doing my job.
Saturday night, we've been on the streets for less than 30 minutes and already...
Doing his job has led Dwight around the globe. From investigations into Castro's hospitals in Cuba.
So far, 62 tombs have been found here in the Valley of the Kings, but
to uncovering ancient ruins in Egypt.
Tonight, I take you to a canal in Southwest State.
Some of Dwight's most memorable stories focused on helping viewers save their own lives in an emergency.
It was an opportunity to practice what you're supposed to do. And I thought, all right, if this is a lesson that I can bring to our viewers, let's do it.
Over the years, Dwight has received many honors for his work.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, help me to make sure that our business is a lot more than lights and wires in a box. Thank you for this honor. This night I'll never forget.
But accumulating accolades was never his focus.
Something most people probably don't know about me is I don't like a lot of attention. I would only describe myself as a guy who tried to do the best that he could do. That plain and simple.
Thanks, Dwight, for doing it here at Local 10.
Doing it 100% every single night.
Thank you.
Always.
It was an incredible walk down memory lane. It was.
I bet. It's been a very full career, and everybody today echoed the same thing. So many roasts and toasts and glasses raised to you. You are the real deal. You bring it every day. You bring 100%, and you just raise the bar for all of us. So you've set a tremendous legacy for us to carry on.
I just tried to do my job.
You did, and you did it beautifully, always.
Thank you. This is my final newscast. Since I first announced my plans back in February, I have been overwhelmed by your response. Frankly, I didn't realize that you cared that much, but I take away a lifetime of memories because you care. Thank you for all the phone calls, for the emails, for the cards, and all the good wishes. Thank you for inviting me into your homes each night, for trusting me, and believing that this news team would do its best to keep you informed. Over the past month, I've sat here night after night, and Laurie has surprised me with video messages, some terrific gifts and mementos from the business and the civic communities and from my favorite sports teams. Thank you all for making this time so very special. You know, over the years, I have had the honor of working with the best in the business. Some of them you see, so many others you don't see. I wish I could name them all, from the top of the Post Newsweek company to the management here at Local 10, to each person in this building. I want to thank you for sharing a part of your lives with me. And then there are the special women in my life, my partners here on the news set, Connie Hicks, the legendary Ann Bishop, Diane Magnum, Christy Kruger, and Laurie Jennings. Some of the smartest and most talented journalists in the nation, and I had the opportunity to work with all of them. We share a special bond that I'll cherish forever. And then there's one woman who never sat in this seat next to me, but has been closer to me than anyone else. I want to thank the love of my life, Minnie, my wife of 30 years. Thank you for sacrificing a lot of time that we could have spent together. Thanks for always putting the demands of my career ahead of yours. I wouldn't have made it without your love, without your support, and your understanding. And long before Minnie, that love and support came from my parents and from my sisters. They gave me two of the greatest gifts that a family can give: roots and wings. Roots, a firm foundation in life, and wings to pursue your dreams. And for that, I will always be grateful. But now it's time to look ahead. Tomorrow, my colleague and friend Charles Perez will join Laurie, Trent, and Will on this set. And let me tell you something, nothing changes. The commitment to you, the viewer, remains the same. I trust them, and I believe in them, and so can you. Guys, thank you. Tomorrow night,
thank you.
At this time, I'm going to be home watching all of you.
Oh, sure you will. No, you'll be out having a nice dinner and enjoying
I'm going to be watching
Thursday
you.
night off, finally, right?
I'm going to be watching you. It is the end of an era, but it's also the beginning of another one. And while some people have told me that Channel 10 isn't going to be the same, no, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be better. It's going to be better because of you.
And because of you. You've left this legacy, right? He has raised the bar, so now we just carry on. You've made it easy for us. Now we just carry the torch.
If there's anything that I can leave you with as a friend, a colleague, and you who are also a mentor to me, is that you have said something since the day I walked in here. You have always called this the house that Ann built.
That's right.
But I want you to know, and I think Laurie and Trent would agree with me and everyone here, it is also the house that Dwight built.
Yes.
And just know that. We always will.
Thank you. That really means a great deal to me.
It's true.
This team is good right now, and it's going to be good for a very long time to come.
It will.
The viewers trust us. They believe in us. That doesn't change. The only thing that's going to change tomorrow is you're going to be over here instead of over there, and I'm going to be at home.
And you promise you're going to call if you see something you don't like? You just pick up their hotline, right?
Well, you look back there, and if you see,
I'm sure he will.
a number you recognize, pick it up.
Okay, deal.
Okay?
You keep us in line.
I'll do that.
And we'll be right back with a little bit more.